Hey guys, it's Alpha, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to install and prepare your MCreator workspace to get started with creating Minecraft mods in MCreator. So we're going to start by heading to our browser and going to mcreator.net/download, and this will take you to the MCreator webpage where you can download the MCreator application. So the current version that is recommended is 2025.3, but at the time of you doing this, it may be a later version. For example, 2026.1.04117. This is a snapshot version, which means it's not entirely bug-free, and you may encounter some issues. So it's definitely recommended that you stick to this top version just here. So you can go ahead and press the download button just here, and that will download the MCreator installer. Just make sure that any ads that pop up, you just get rid of those, and it takes you to this page here, and then you can go ahead and download the exe installer just here. You should receive a pop-up to choose where to download the installer to, so I'm just going to do it to my downloads and press save, and then once that finishes downloading, it will pop up just here. So I'll double click this to run the installer. And then we want to allow MCreator to make changes to the device. Then you can follow the setup wizard just here and press install. And then once it's installed, you can press finish, and obviously having this ticked will mean that MCreator will run. So here we are in the MCreator launcher, and as you can see, we've got no workspaces currently made. So we can press the big green new workspace button, and then we can choose some options here. So if you've got a Forge server, you're going to want to choose NeoForge or Forge, depending on what you like. NeoForge is the modern option, so go for that. Then you've also got Fabric, but you do need plugins for that as well. So we're going to stick with NeoForge, as that is the most entry-level friendly. So we're going to go ahead and choose a mod display name. So we're going to choose tutorial mod, like so. And then this will just be the namespace for the mod. So that's like the back end sort of thing. You don't really need to change that, just leave it to what it auto generates for your display name as the namespace. And you can choose your version. So currently it's choosing 1.21.8. We can change this if we like, but as you can see, it shows you the compatibility for different versions. So 1.21.1, we haven't got as much compatibility, whereas if we choose this version, we've got 100% compatibility. So we're going to stick with that version, and then we can leave this sort of stuff here, the package name and the workspace folder, just let it do what it needs to do there, and then just press create new workspace. It will take you to a web page, but you can just close that back down and just wait for the application to set up the project. So now that the project is created, we will be opened to our workspace. So I'm just going to make the application full screen, and then here we have our workspace. So in here we can change a few things. So if we go to the settings cog in the bottom left, we've got a few preferences that we can change. So by default it's on dark mode, but you can change that. And you've also got accent color, so all of these green bits we can change. So let's say we want it to be purple, like that, and that changes things to purple. So we press apply, and we will need to restart the software for that change to take place. And as you can see now, the accents are purple. But I'm going to go ahead and change that back to green, because I do like the way that the default application looks. So now that we've changed the color themes, we can also just get familiar with the workspace. So on the left here, we will have the mod elements section, resources, element tags, variables, and localization. So when you create something in MCreator, such as a custom item or block, that will show up here. And then in resources, you'll have things like textures, models, and things like that for, block textures, item textures, models of new entities or creatures or mobs or anything like that that you do create in your mod will all show up in the resources section, but also in mod elements. When you are creating elements for your mod, it's a good practice to create folders. Otherwise you will have 100 different items all in this one area and it will become very cluttered very quickly. So you could do one for items, one for blocks, one for crafting recipes, one for mobs, one for biomes, and so on and so out. Or you could do that one is for a certain group of items, so it's the block, that block's recipe, that block's generation, that block's drops, everything like that, all in one folder. It's completely up to you how you want to organize it, but I definitely recommend using folders in this area, which you can do by pressing folder actions up here, new folder, and enter the folder name. So let's say you are making a new biome, you could put biome name. Obviously you wouldn't put biome name, you'd put the name of your biome that you're actually making, and then everything about that biome will be in this folder. When you've made some changes to your mod, you can press the green play button in the top right, and that will launch the modded client that has your mod on it. So here we are, this is the modded client, and there will always be a create test world button down here as long as you're on a modded version of MCreator. So we're going to go ahead and quickly put it to full screen, and then in here you can create a test world. So just all of that usual stuff. And then also if you press escape and then mods, you can see tutorial mod is in here, and this is the mod that we just made. So there's not much more other than the name of it. We haven't made a description or anything like that, but you can see that your mod is loaded on the client. And then once you've finished testing your mod, you can press quick game, and then you're up on the console here, but you can go back to Workspace and get back to editing your mod. So now that we're done exploring the application itself, we can go back to our browser and go to the MCreator website, where we can go to Minecraft mods and see other mods that other people have made on MCreator itself. So you can go ahead and download these mods and customize them however you like, see how they're made, and it's a great way of learning how to create mods on MCreator. There is also the mod of the week highlight, which shows each week's mod of the week. And there are also MCreator plugins. So these are used in case the default MCreator app doesn't have the specific functionality that you need to create a certain mod. So you can go to here and see if a plugin has the functionality that you need to create what you want to create. And of course, there is also a forum where you can view other people's issues, or also make a post about your own issue that you're experiencing, and people can help you out. Alternatively, you can join my Discord server, Alfa's Minecraft Mods, and talk to others in here that are like-minded and also want to create Minecraft mods. You can show off what you've created, as I'd love to see it, and also you can check out what other people have created. And of course, if you need any help throughout the series, you can always just hop in this Discord, type in a little message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But anyway guys, that is everything to do with setting up and getting familiar with your MCreator workspace. So now you can proceed with watching the How to Create Minecraft Mod series, which will be on a splash card at the end of this video. And of course, if you do want to create a Minecraft server that can run your mods, go ahead and click this video just here, which will show you how to create a server which will be compatible with your NeoForge mods. But anyway guys, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.